Well, I was hoping that you and I could have lunch together.
Oh, that'd be great. I'd love it. But first, why don't we have some fun?
Some fun?
Mm-hmm. You know, hit the malls or whatever you do around here. A shopping spree. You know, I used to dream about it. Just you and me all alone in a department store. And all the racks would be full of all these perfect creations. Every single one of them. And you would say to me, go ahead, Dinah. Pick whatever you want.
I did.
Yes, you did.
My, how extravagant. All right, let's have some fun. Let's go shopping.
Okay.
You know, it's... in some ways, you and I really barely know each other.
I know. So we can talk while we shop.
Okay.
But first, I better change into something really fabulous.
You look wonderful just the way you are.
Oh, I know, but I don't want to get the fisheye from the salespeople where we'll be going. The best shops in Springfield, right? I don't want to embarrass you. I'll be right back.
Oh, Vanessa, I didn't realize you were here. I heard voices, but...
You been fixing the furnace?
What?
You have a big smudge on your face.
Oh, it's such a pain. Would you believe me if I told you we had a major vermin problem in this house?
No. Well, it's an old house. I guess one can never be too vigilant.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I'll be right down, Mom. I'm just trying to find the right thing to wear. Is silk too dressy?
Oh, sweetheart, don't worry. Just whatever you want, it will be fine, I'm sure.
Oh, gosh, this is better than my dream. Oh, it's as if all the warmth and love I could ever imagine is just folding in on me.
Oh, my goodness, all that from shopping.
Well, from shopping with you. I told you that I've dreamt about this. So many nights in my cold little garret in Paris, I would lay awake planning this. You know, how we'd walk in together laughing and chatting, and we'd be like two girls ready to break the bank. And everything that we'd try on would just look sensational. Like this. Oh, Mom. You have to try this.
What?
This would be breathtaking on you. Come on. Oh, it's perfect.
It's pretty, but...
Do you remember that wine-colored crepe dress you had that June we spent in Provence?
You remember that dress?
Oh, it was my favorite.
Oh, yes.
Every single time I thought of you, I would imagine you in that dress.
Oh, that was a great dress.
Although, I must say, color is your essence. Yes. Yes. You have such a great figure, you know.
Thanks. Well, I don't know about this one. But I have to say that I've dreamt of doing this with you, too.
You have?
Oh, sure. I mean, it's every mother's dream to sort of see her beautiful daughter preening in front of a mirror and feeling happy and sparkles in her eyes. But we do have something important that we need to talk about. Would you like to do that now?
Sure. Okay. Is it something about me deciding to stay in Springfield?
Well, in a way it is, yes. Because I felt as if I might have given you, I don't know, the wrong impression, you know, when we were talking in the office today about,
Enjoy.
What? What is this?
This is the dress that I have on, only in your size and in a color that will make every man in Springfield weak in the knees.
Oh, no, come back.
Yes,
come back. No, this is your dress, Dinah.
No, it looks better on you.
Well, no, I feel...
Please accept it as a present from me.
Oh, sweetheart. Oh, of course. Dear, how dear of you.
Oh, Mom. I love you so much. I just hope that you're as happy as I am that I've decided to stay here after all. Anyway, what was it you wanted to tell me?
I think that there might be a better place for us to talk about this, so why don't we go home and I'll fix us some sandwiches.
Sandwiches? Uh-oh. This is beginning to sound ominous. Fortify me with food and then tell me what? You don't think it's a good idea that I've decided to stay in Springfield?
No, I want you to stay in Springfield. I want you to stay in Springfield forever. And, it's not as though I'm taking away your trust fund. I mean, it is yours, and...
But
I shouldn't have given you the impression that I'm I'm willing to give it to you now because you're not ready for it.
Not ready for it?
No, you're not, Dinah. It's an enormous amount of money, and you're very, very young, and I feel it would be completely irresponsible of me to just turn it over to you without knowing whether or not you could handle it. Darling, I just don't know you well enough.
Well, that's right. You don't know me. That's what I was hoping could finally happen, that we'd get to know each other.
Well, of course we will. We will. That's what I want. But that doesn't have anything to do with your trust fund. Your trust fund is for you. That's terribly important, you know, and if it were mismanaged, it would just disappear. I have to protect you.
Protect me?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
I do. And I'm certainly not trying to criticize you. I know very well that you didn't grow up in a normal way and that I wasn't there to teach you these things. But that money is important, and I want it to be there for you.
Yeah, well, I want to go home.
All right. We'll go home. We can talk there.
My home, with Daddy. That's the only home I know.
Well, why don't I fix us some tea?
No, thank you.
Do you want to talk to me about this? It might help. It might help if you told me what you're feeling.
How do you think I feel?
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. I certainly would hate to think that a trust fund would come between us.
Could I just ask you one thing? When you say that I'll get the trust fund eventually, what exactly do you mean? And in other words, how long is eventually?
Well, eventually is when I know that you can handle such a big sum of money.
Well, how do you determine that?
When I see you handle a smaller sum of money.
So that means you will give me some of the money from the trust fund now.
Actually, what I was thinking of was a salary from a job.
A job? You want me to get a job?
Well, for heaven's sakes, Dinah, why not? It is a logical first step.
You don't think I've ever worked, do you? You don't even know me.
No, I don't. Not as well as I want to.
Well, let me tell you something. I have had a lot of jobs. And how do you think I survived all that time in Europe?
I imagine that the money that I sent you helped. And the money that your father sent you. And all the presents that your grandfather so frequently gave you.
Yes, well, that helped. But I had to work, too. And do you know how expensive Paris is? I get the feeling everyone around here thinks I was living the high life over there. Well, I wasn't. But I wasn't broke either. And that's not why I came back, by the way.
I never said it was.
Well, you didn't have to. It's written all over your face.
Sweetheart, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I gave you that impression. I never thought that. It's just that getting a job is a very natural progression. We all did it. We all were students, and then we got a job. There are lots of interesting jobs that you could get here in Springfield, and you could put a little money aside, and that way you could prove to everyone that you can handle such a huge amount of money.
Why does everything have to be so conditional with you? I mean, why do I have to prove that I'm worthy? Can't you just give me something because I'm your daughter, because you love me? Or do I have to earn that, too?
You don't have to earn my love. I love you.
But you don't trust me.
I didn't say that. I feel that you need to learn money management.
What suddenly happened since yesterday that now I have to learn money management?
I spoke with your father. He told me that you had a $180 cab fare and that you had something like a $900 phone tab.
So now Daddy doesn't trust me either. Well, good job, Mother. Thanks for turning him against me.
Nobody's turning anybody against you, Dinah. Your father and I are simply concerned about you. We are your parents. We want what's best for you, and we don't feel that you should have $500,000 right at this moment.
Forget it.
Dinah? Dinah?
Finally, someone with some sense.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cause a scene in your own home.
No apology necessary. It's about time that Dinah got a dose of reality.
I'm just very concerned about her.
You know, she's only going to try to soften you up by crying if you go up there.
Well, that wouldn't be good for her, and it wouldn't be good for me. So, excuse me.